कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। रामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर महाराज की जय। All glorious assembled devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. This is Sunil from India, welcoming all of you to Midmorning Japa session. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. Let us now move to our next part of session, which is Sri Chaitanya Mangal class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning?
Hare Krishna, Sunil Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. This is Shivani from Ashwin, Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, Dagat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call every single day. And thank you so much for summarizing the class at the end so beautifully. Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Neetu Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call every single day.
Hare Krishna Sunil Prabhu. Please accept my
Hare
humble
Krishna,
obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago. All glories to your services, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Yeshomati Priya Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call every single day. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirti Dasandri Thompson.
Hare Krishna Kirti Sundari Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call every single day. Hari Bol.
Okay, Prabhu, I'm starting the recording.
Yes, sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa Group. So today's class will be given by Her Grace Archana Bhakti Mataji on Sri Chaitanya Mangal Sutra Khanda. Verses are from chapter 2, 193 to 218. Before handling the call, I would like to wish you the Prabhupada's today's quote. Our Krishna consciousness movement is how to become one of the Gopi Jana. Then Krishna will save us from any danger, even by lifting a hill or a mountain. This instruction was given in New York, July 20, 1971. Hare Krishna Archana Bhakti Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving your valuable time. I'll hand over the call to you. Eager to listen from you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Mangal ki jai Sri Lalochan Das Thakur ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा dear devotees, thank you very much for joining in today's Sri Chaitanya Mangal reading session. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Mangal's Grantharamba session, section, the beginning of this book, Grantharamba, the beginning of the Grantha. We are supposed to start with text 193 of chapter 2. But before that, I'll try to give a brief overview of the context. So the author, Srila Lochandas Thakur, begins speaking about the glories of Lord Gaura in this way. Damodar Pandit asked Murari Gupta some questions. Why did Lord Gauranga descend to this world? Why did he accept sannyas? And why would he weep whenever he heard the name of Radha or Govinda? And why was he distributing ecstatic love going home to home? In answer to this, Murari Gupta, actually the answers that Murari Gupta gave to Damodar Pandit, that constitutes this book. So Murari Gupta began his answer like this. So what was the question? Why did Gauranga Mahaprabhu appear? So the answer was that religion is destroyed in Kali Yuga. So seeing that there is no religion, so there are 4 limbs of religion, 3 limbs are broken, only 1 limb, which is truthfulness, that is also very shaky, that remains in Kali Yuga. So, seeing that there is no dharma in Kali Yuga, Narad Muni thought that Kali Yuga is devoured by the black snake, or Kali Yuga is the black snake that has devoured everything. So he wanted to establish dharma again in Kali Yuga. But that's not possible for me to do alone. Only Lord Krishna has the power to establish dharma. Therefore, I must bring Krishna in this Kali Yuga so that dharma will be established. Okay, I hope you're seeing the connection. So Murari Gupta is saying, so he begins the answer to why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended. So in answer he said, Narad Muni noticed that in Kali Yuga there is no dharma. So he wanted to establish dharma. But he understood only Krishna can establish dharma. So I must bring Krishna in Kali Yuga. Now because this is Narad Muni's desire, who is a great devotee of the Lord, then Krishna has to fulfill the desire, isn't it? Whatever a devotee desires, then Krishna has to fulfill. This is Narad Muni thinking. So because I am Krishna's servant and I want to bring him, then Krishna will fulfill my desire. But before I bring Krishna down, let me go and observe the activities in Kali Yuga. So Narad Muni came. So his sankalpa was that I will bring Krishna, then I will bring all the demigods, and I'll bring Krishna's associates, his weapons, everything. So thinking like this, Narad Muni, along with Lord Brahma and demigods, they took birth on earth. And then the Yadu dynasty members, they also, their expansions, they also took birth on earth. This is in Kali Yuga. So then now the Supreme Lord has to appear. How did the Supreme Lord appear? Narad Muni, while on this earth, he noticed that there was no Krishna Bhakti. He traveled singing the glories of Krishna, but he noticed that people would not listen to Krishna's holy name. They were only interested in the things of the material world. And Narad Muni was singing the glories of Krishna in great ecstasy with tears streaming down his eyes. But he could not hear anyone moved by that chanting. He couldn't hear anyone chant the holy names of Lord Krishna. So he became very sad seeing the condition of the people in Kali Yuga. And he was also very surprised. He wanted to save them. He saw that everybody was full of pride and delusion. They were intoxicated by greed, illusion, lust, anger, pride. Narad Muni was worried and he thought how to deliver them. He didn't see any way to rescue the people of this horrible Kali Yuga. So he was wandering on the earth, wandering. He came to the city of Dwaraka. You see, Krishna's pastimes are eternally happening. Dwaraka is a transcendental abode. The way Vrindavan is not in this material world. So similarly in Dwaraka also the Lord's pastimes are eternally happening. But to whom are they manifest? To the pure devotees only. Isn't it? So Narad Muni arrived at the gate of Dwaraka city. So then what happened in Dwaraka? We won't go into the details, but there was a dialogue when Narad Muni arrived. Just when he arrived, Lord Krishna and Rukmini Devi were having a dialogue where Rukmini Devi is glorifying the lotus feet of Krishna. Holding Lord Krishna's lotus feet, she was weeping. And when Krishna asked why she was weeping, she explained that the nectar that's there in Krishna's lotus feet, that can be only tasted by the devotee. Krishna himself does not know what is there in his lotus feet, the nectar that's there in his lotus feet. In fact, Srimati Rukmini Devi said only Srimati Radharani understood the sweetness of Krishna's lotus feet, the sweetness of the nectar of love. Only Srimati Radharani tasted the bliss of that love. So, she said, even although I am with you, Rukmini Devi is saying, I am with you, I am seeing you face to face. I am residing on your chest. I am living with you. But still, she's yearning to attain a love for Krishna's lotus feet. So she said only Srimati Radharani enjoyed pastimes with Krishna in Vrindavan, that means Radharani, who enjoyed pastimes with Krishna in Vrindavan, knew the glory of Krishna's lotus feet. And she's begging, Rukmini Devi is begging Lord Krishna that please make me a bumblebee at the lotus flower of your feet. Her fear was that Krishna would leave him. So she's weeping. Now, when Krishna heard the glory of his lotus feet, he became very excited, joyful. And he said, never have I heard such wonderful words. Nobody has ever suggested to me that I should taste the bliss of ecstatic love. At that very moment, Narad Muni arrives. And Narad Muni is morose. Krishna immediately, seeing Narad Muni, tightly embraced him, greeted him. But Narad Muni's eyes were filled with tears. His voice was choked up. Krishna asked, why are you so devastated? What worries you? Then Narad Muni said, what can I say? You are the super soul in everyone's heart. I was traveling in the world of birth and death, eager to tell everyone about your glories. But I didn't hear the name of Krishna. People have forgotten you, intoxicated with pride. They are not interested in Krishna. That is my sorrow. Only by the mercy of your feet can anyone become happy. When Krishna heard this, Krishna said, listen, O great sage, you're forgetting something. You forgot that goddess Katyayani had vowed to Lord Shiva that she would distribute my maha-prasadam. Now, after hearing Rukmini Devi's wonderful words, I am also inspired to take a vow. What is the Lord Krishna's vow? I vow that I will taste the ecstasy of spiritual love, and I will make the people of the material world taste it also. That means I will distribute this love amongst the people. I will engage in devotional service. I'll begin the Sankirtan movement. I will take birth in Sachi's womb in Navadvip. I will manifest a tall, fair form with arms that reach my knees. And as Krishna was speaking and speaking about how he would appear in Kali Yuga, all of a sudden his beautiful blackish form manifested the golden form of Lord Gaura. And seeing this form, Narad Muni was overcome with ecstatic love. He gazed at Lord Gaura's form, and 1,000 flooding streams flowed from Narad Muni's eyes. And the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu was so effulgent that Narad Muni could not even see properly. So he closed his eyes and trembled. Then Krishna Gauranga Mahaprabhu covered his effulgence. Glancing at Narad Muni, the Lord said, look, Narada, look, because he now withdrew the effulgence. So Narad Muni, he regained consciousness and he was gazing at the form of Lord Krishna in the form of Gauranga. Actually, no. Krishna withdrew Gauranga Mahaprabhu's form and now he just manifested Krishna's form. But Narad Muni was yearning to once again see the form of Lord Gaura. So Krishna said, Narad Muni, O fortunate sage, you can go wherever you want to go. Nobody can stop you. That means you can travel anywhere in the material universe and to spiritual world. You can travel. Nobody can stop you. And wherever you go, people will love you. So you go to Lord Shiva's abode, to Brahmaloka and all other celestial planets and make a proclamation that in Kali Yuga I will descend in a golden form. You go and announce it everywhere. I will start the Sankirtan movement. I will preach and distribute the nectar of loving devotional service to me. I will come accompanied by my associates and devotees. I will take birth on earth. When Narad Muni heard this, he felt all his sorrows break into pieces. And he started playing his veena and he departed to go and announce this about the arrival of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Krishna in the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. So then Narad Muni came to Naimisharanya. He met Uddhava there. Now, what was Uddhava's condition? He was very happy to see Narad Muni. And Narad Muni also embraced Uddhava, kissed him, smelled his head. And Uddhava said that this place, Naimisharanya, is so auspicious because Vyasdev compiled Srimad Bhagavatam here in ancient days on your order. On Narad Muni's order, Vyasdev compiled Srimad Bhagavatam there. But still, Uddhava is also feeling pain. In Kali Yuga, people's hearts are filled with sins. Their eyes and hearts both are blind. This horrible Kali Yuga has no religion. Everyone is a sinner. Oh Narad Muni, please be kind to me. Please destroy my doubts and fears. So Narad Muni smiled and told Uddhava that I want to tell you a great secret. I was also feeling sorrow like you. But the people of Kali Yuga are very fortunate. People of other yugas are not as fortunate. Because in Kali Yuga, simply by chanting the holy names and glories of Lord Hari, the people are released from material bondage. Simply by singing and dancing, they don't have to fear Yamaraj anymore. And please listen to one more wonderful news of what I saw with my own eyes in Dwaraka. So again, Narad Muni related the talks between Rukmini Devi and Lord Krishna. But he said that Lord Krishna manifested a beautiful golden form which was filled with ecstatic spiritual love. Now, I'm going to travel in this world of both birth and death and tell everyone about this form. Lord Gauranga is going to appear in Kali Yuga. Uddhava also became very ecstatic. Then Narad Muni continued. So he came to Naimisharanya, he informed Uddhava. Next, Narad Muni went to Kailash. Before arriving there, he was thinking how he's going to tell. His mind is filled with the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He's not even able to walk properly. Somehow or other, actually very soon, in the blink of an eye, he arrived on Mount Kailash. And he's so excited, he's thinking, I'm going to tell Lord Shiva about Gauranga Mahaprabhu, about what I saw. I'll describe Lord Krishna's plan to him. He's going to be so blissful. Like this, in great anticipation, Narad Muni came to Kailash. He came to the gate of Lord Shiva's abode. So, Lord Shiva's associate Nandi, the bull, he respectfully stood up, and then he went and informed Parvati Devi and Lord Shiva about Narad Muni's arrival, that he's waiting at the door. And with blissful hearts, Parvati Devi and Lord Shiva went to greet Narad Muni. And when Narad Muni saw them, he smiled and said, "Oh, my masters," that means Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi, "Oh, my masters," and he fell at their feet. Lord Shiva recognized Narad Muni as a great Vaishnava. He understood the glory of a Vaishnava. So he tightly embraced Narad Muni, made him sit next to him on his own seat. And Narad Muni fell at the feet of Parvati Devi. Like a mother, Goddess Katyayani asked Narad Muni, "Dear great sage, please tell us of your auspicious and glorious life. You know everything that's happening in the 14 worlds. Your arrival is so auspicious. Where are you coming from?" Narad Muni said, "You are my father and mother." That means for everyone, for the whole world actually, Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi, they're the father and mother. Your intention is to deliver the worlds. So please listen to a great secret. Actually, this is a great secret which you yourself heard in ancient times, but now you have forgotten. I will only remind you. But I'm going to tell you everything, the entire story from beginning to end. So this is how Narad Muni began narrating, because Parvati Devi had asked Narad Muni to tell them, to her and Lord Shiva, she was asking that, where are you coming from? You know all the news, whatever is happening in all the 14 worlds. And whenever you go somewhere, you simply bring auspiciousness to that place. So she asked, "Where are you coming from? And tell us about your auspicious life." So in answer to that, Narad Muni is saying, "There's a great secret which you have now forgotten. I'm going to remind you, but I will tell you the entire story." And he begins like this, that in ancient times, once Uddhava asked Lord Krishna, "My Lord, after you disappear from this world, after you become invisible, what will happen to this earth? Will there be any devotees remaining on the earth after you disappear?" So hearing this, Krishna said, "How can I become invisible? How can I disappear? I am everything. I am earth, water, fire, trees, demigods, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, mountains, everything. I am everything. I am this creation and I am the annihilation. I am the life in all living beings. I am everything. How can I become invisible? So when Uddhava heard this, he said, my dear master, you are everything that I know. Anything separate from you is only suffering. That means everything is Krishna's energy. When it is engaged in Krishna's service, then that is transcendental. It becomes transcendental. But when it is engaged in sense gratification, then that becomes material. So Uddhava is saying that anything separate from you is only suffering. And he said, I don't have the power to properly describe the glory of your devotees who fall down to offer respects to your glistening toenails that are like moons. That means I have no power to describe your devotees who are bowing down before you. Quoting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam's 11th canto, 6th chapter, text 46, Uddhava said that any items which are offered to you, like fragrance, garments, ornaments, flowers, anything which is offered to the Lord, can be accepted by the Lord's devotees as the Lord's remnants. And by partaking of these remnants, especially he mentions food. Everything is remnant. But here Uddhava is specifically mentioning food. By partaking of these things and eating the remnants of food you have left, we will be able to conquer the illusory energy. So this is the verse from Bhagavatam. Uddhava quoting this verse said, by enjoying the remnants that you have left, this servant of Lord Hari, that means Uddhava, Uddhava, by enjoying the remnants of Krishna, will conquer your illusory energy. Therefore, I yearn to honor what you leave as remnants. Directly, he is asking Krishna. What is Uddhava saying? Yes, everything is you, but that which is engaged in your service, that is transcendental, that is your remnants. And if anyone accepts your remnants, then he will conquer this illusory energy. That means he will see Krishna. When you conquer illusory energy, a devotee, when the devotee conquers illusory energy, wherever he sees, he will see Krishna, because everything is Krishna's energy. For him, there is no material world anymore. So Uddhava is saying, by partaking your remnants of food, this servant of yours, Uddhava, will conquer your illusory energy. Therefore, I am desiring, I am yearning to honor the remnants left by you. Now, who's saying this whole story? Narada Muni is saying. Narada Muni is saying this to Goddess Katyayani and Lord Shiva. That you know something, you heard it already, but now you have forgotten. I'm reminding you. And he started like this. What happened once upon a time, how Uddhava is asking Krishna for Krishna's remnants. Now Narada Muni is saying, when I hear these words, Uddhava spoke to Lord Krishna, when I hear these words, my heart becomes wild with bliss. Because I have been on the path of bhakti for so many days, but until today, I did not know the importance of honoring the Lord's prasadam. By honoring Krishna's prasadam, Uddhava became so powerful in bhakti, obviously. In Lord Krishna's presence, he honored the Lord's remnants. In front of Krishna, he honored Krishna's remnants. He's such a powerful devotee. And I didn't even realize the importance of honoring the Lord's prasadam. I never honored the Lord's maha-prasad the way Uddhava honored. So when I heard this, I thought in my heart, the Lord has cheated me. So I devised a plan to please Lord Krishna and thus obtain his maha-prasadam remnants. Thinking like this, filled with these thoughts, I went to Vaikuntha. To get the Lord's maha-prasad, I went to Vaikuntha, and for many days I served Goddess Lakshmi. So far was our recap. Now we will begin today's verses. So now Narad Muni is in Vaikuntha, text 193. Ei manah katha rase Vaikunthe te gelum Lakkhini Devi raseva bahuvida koilum. Ei manah katha rase. That means katha, matlab this desire. Ei manah katha rase. Filled with the nectar of these thoughts. Which thoughts? That I will please the Lord and I will somehow or other acquire the maha-prasad remnants of the Lord. So filled with the nectar of these thoughts, I went to Vaikuntha. Ei manah katha rase Vaikunthe te gelum. I went to Vaikuntha. Lakshmi Devi seva bahuvida koilum. And I served Lakshmi Devi in many different ways. Very nicely I served Lakshmi Devi. For many days I served with the desire of getting the maha-prasad of the Lord. 194. Parasanna hoya Devi paritoshe boilo maga vara dibo boli pratigya korilo. So Lakshmi Devi was very pleased. Parasanna hoya Devi paritoshe boilo. So she wanted to offer some paritosh, a gift. That when, what does the king do or queen? If you bring some very good news of you, if you do wonderful service, he'll take off maybe a necklace from his around neck and he'll just give it as a gift, isn't it? Like that. So Lakshmi Devi, the supreme queen of Vaikuntha, Narad Muni pleased her so much that she became so pleased and she wanted to offer him something, being pleased by his service. Paritoshe boilo. She said, she offered him a gift, a boon. And she said, Mago varadibo. You ask whatever you want, you ask, I will give you a benediction. I am so pleased by your service. You ask for whatever you want, I will give you. Not only did she say that, pratigya korilo, she promised whatever it is, I take a vow to give you whatever you ask. 195. Pratigya shuniya mane pratiyasha koilo sei se kushalavani puna dadhailo. Pratigya shuniya. When I heard Lakshmi Devi's promise, she actually took a vow to fulfill, to give me whatever I asked. Pratigya shuniya mane pratiyasha koilo. So whatever was in his heart, what was in Narad Muni's heart, what was the desire? He wanted the remnants of the Lord, maha-prasad remnants of the Lord. So pratigya shunya mane, pratiyasha koilo, whatever was in his heart, that desire, se Kushala Vani Puna Dadailo. He repeated that. Whatever was in his heart, that desire for the Lord's remnants, Kushala Vani. That means in pleasing words, he repeated whatever desire he had in his heart. 196. Katara bayane boilo, kara joda kari, chira dina antare, vedana bodo mori. Katara bayane boilo, kara joda kari. Katar mane in a very eagerness. हाथ जोड़कर, right? Kara joda kari. In a very, humble way, he expressed, Narad Muni expressed to Lakshmi Devi, folding both his hands in front of her. Chiradina antare vedana bodo mori. The vedana meaning, the suffering that he went through, that was in his heart. What was that suffering? That desire, that, and chiradine, for a long time, he had this in his heart. He was yearning for the maha-prasad remnants of the Lord. So he expressed that to Lakshmi Devi. How for such a long time within his heart he was suffering because of desiring the remnants of the Lord. So he said to Lakshmi Devi, folding his palms, he said, for many days I've had a strong desire in my heart. What is that? Sarvaloka jane tora sevaka Narada. All the worlds know that Narad Muni is your servant. Na bhunjilo maha-prabhura uchishta prasada. However, in spite of being your servant, I have never even tasted the maha-prasad remnants of the Supreme Lord. So, what is the strong desire in his heart? Now, Narad Muni is saying, Sarva loka jane, everyone knows. Tora sevaka Narada. Narad Muni is your servant. However, na bhunjilo mahaprabhura uchishta prasad. Narada, who is your servant, he never got to taste the prasadam, the remnants of Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord. 198. Prabhura prasada more deho eka mushti. Mushti bar means one fistful of the Lord's prasad. Please give me. Ei vara deho more chahi shubha drishti. This is all I am asking. Please cast your auspicious glance on me. Give me one fistful of the Lord's Mahaprasad. That's all I'm asking. This is the only boon I'm expecting. Please cast your auspicious glance on me by sanctioning one palmful or one fistful of Mahaprasad of the Lord. Shuniya Lakshmi Devi Bayana Vismaya. When Lakshmi Devi heard this, she was surprised. She was amazed. What? I should give you Mahaprasad of the Lord. Shuniya Lakshmi Devi Bayana Vismaya. Kohite lagila kichu koriya vinaya. And then she tried to say something, Korea Vinaya, very shyly, in humility. That means it was a tough task for her. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. You understand? With that mode. Vinay. Vinay means very humbly, right? She tried to say something. So again, once again, what happened? Narad Muni served Lakshmi Devi very nicely for many days. She was so pleased that she said, I want to give you something. Ask me whatever it is that you want, and I promise that I'm going to give you. So after he got that confidence, when she said that, when she promised, pratigya, she did, that she will give, then Narad Muni very, very humbly, in a very helpless way, he folding his palms, he literally begged her that I've had this desire in my heart for, he didn't just right away say that give me, I want the maha-prasad. He's also presenting in a very humble, helpless way. I've had this strong desire in my heart for a very long time. And please fulfill that desire. And then he said that, what was that desire? Everyone knows that I am your servant, but your servant never got to taste the remnants of the Supreme Lord. So, what am I asking? Please give me just one handful of maha-prasad of the Lord. That's all I'm asking. Please cast your auspicious glance upon me by giving me. Just, I'm not asking all that much, not a big plate of chappan bhog, just one palmful, one handful of maha-prasad of the Lord. But even for that, when Lakshmi Devi heard that, she was like surprised, she was shocked. And you will know why. She was like, ye kya puch liya? What did you ask? It was as if it was beyond her capacity. So then, but she promised already, isn't it? She promised him that she will give whatever he asked. And he has asked for such a thing, which is very difficult for her to give, apparently. That's why she was like in a very, she was in a predicament what to do. So that's why Vinaya, in very, very humbly or shyly, she began to speak. What did she say? 200. Prabhu agna nahi karo, dibare uchishta, agna langhi, muitore, dibo avashishta. It is the Lord's order. Nahi karo, dibare uchishta. Nobody should be given his remnants. This is the Lord's order. So, Lakshmi Devi cooks and serves the Lord. And this was the Lord's command to her, that his remnants should not be given to anyone. And now she promised Narad Muni that she will fulfill whatever he asks, and he asked for the Lord's remnants. What should she do? On one hand, she has the Lord's order on her head that she cannot give the Lord's remnants to anyone. And on the other hand, she promised Narad Muni that she would give him whatever, because he served. He served Lakshmi Devi so nicely, he pleased her, and she promised. Now either she has to go back on her promise or she has to cross the Lord's order. Both are difficult. That is why. Korea Vinaya. Very humbly, shyly, she began to say, Prabhu Agna Nahi Karo Dibare Uchishta. This is the Lord's order that nobody, she could not give his remnants to anyone. However, Agna Langhi Mui Tore Divo Avashishta. I will jump over or cross over the Lord's order and I will give you his remnants. This is the mother. She said, मैं दे दूंगी. The Lord's order is nobody should be given, but I will jump over the Lord's command. I will cross the Lord's command. And I will give you his remnants. But विलंब करहो यदि हमारे चाहिया विलंबे से दीते पारी संचय कोरिया. But it will take some time. विलंब थोड़ा समय लगेगा. विलंब करहो यदि हमारे चाहिया. So please wait. If you want the remnants, if you want the remnants from me, if you want the Lord's remnants from me, it's going to take some time. Vilambe se dite pari. After some time, I will be able to give you Sanchaya Korea. I will, hide or I will secure some maha-prasad and I'll be able to give you, but not now. It will take some time. After some time, I will be able to give you. So what did Lakshmi Devi say? The Lord ordered that nobody should be given his remnants. However, I will cross the Lord's order and I will give you the remnants. But it's going to take some time. If you want me to give you the Lord's remnants, you will have to wait for some time. After some time, I will be able to gather or secure some maha-prasad for you or set aside some maha-prasad for you. I'll be able to give you. But it'll take some time. You'll have to wait. Echana, Madhuravani, Boilo Thakurani, Bhalo Bhalo, Boilo Kaja, Bujia Apane. Echana Madhuravani, Boilo Thakurani. So, in this way, the goddess of fortune, the supreme queen of Vaikuntha, spoke very sweetly. Who's saying this? Narad Muni is narrating this whole thing to goddess Katyayani, goddess Parvati. So he's telling history, what has happened in the past. How first he narrated the dialogue between Uddhava and Lord Krishna, how Uddhava is glorifying the remnants of Lord Krishna and he's directly asking from Krishna for remnants. And how fortunate is Uddhava? I am not so fortunate. Even though I practiced devotional service for such a long time, I never got to taste the Lord's maha-prasad. But when I heard this, when I heard Uddhava's words, I got a desire to also get remnants. I started devising a plan how to get. So I went to Vaikuntha. I served Lakshmi Devi for a long time. And then one fine day, Lakshmi Devi became pleased with me. She promised me maha-prasad. And this whole thing happened. So then she said, you'll have to wait for some time, then I'll be able to give you. In this way, she spoke so sweetly to me, understanding my situation. Echana Madhura Vani Boilo Thakurani. She spoke like this in such a sweet way, sweet words she spoke to me. Bhalo Bhalo Boilo Kaja Bujia Apani. Bhalo Bhalo Boilo Kaj Bujia Apani. Acha. So she understood she understood. That means apparently, from what I understand, she really appreciated the service done by Narad Muni. And so she spoke sweet words and she promised that she would give the remnants of the Lord to him. Understanding my situation, the goddess spoke these sweet words. Then, koto dina bahi ekadina pahu rase koro parashiya Devi bosaila pashe. So in this way, some time passed because Lakshmi Devi said, after some time, right? She said, you'll have to wait. So several days passed. Koto dina bahi ekadina pahu rase kara parashiya Devi bosaila pase. So one fine day, after several days, one day, pahu rase, that means while enjoying their pastimes, Kora parashiya Devi bosaila pase. The Lord took the hand of Lakshmi Devi and made her sit next to her by his side. So on one particular day, the Supreme Lord, while they were enjoying nectar pastimes, he held Lakshmi Devi's hand and made her sit next to him. He made her sit by his side. Hasiya kohe kotha sarasa sambhashe. So the Lord is speaking jokingly, laughing. Hasiya kohe katha sarasa sambhashe. He's speaking very nice, like laughing, and he's speaking to her in a loving way. Sarasa means conjugal mellow. So he's having a conversation with Lakshmi Devi. He's talking to her. Anumati nai Devi antara tarase. However, Lakshmi Devi's condition was what? Anumati nai Devi antara tarase. Hasya kohe kotha sarasa sambhashe Anumati nai Devi antara tarase. So within her heart, she's trembling. Antara tarase. She's really suffering inside with fear. But externally, she's speaking in a sweet manner. She's smiling. Anumati nai mane without permission. She's smiling without permission, apparently, because she's going to make a request. She's going to ask for something, but she's afraid of asking that because the Lord had already forbidden. So she's fearful. But she has to ask. So without permission, she started, in a sweet manner. She's smiling externally, in a cordial way, in a sweet manner. She's smiling without permission. But within her heart, what's going on? She's feeling fear. Okay? Hasya kohe kotha sarasa sambhashe. So this is Lakshmi Devi laughing and talking, not the Lord. So the Lord, out of affection, held her hand and made her sit next to him. And she's smiling, laughing externally, in a sweet manner. Even without permission, apparently, Anumati nai. But within her heart, she's feeling fear. Pranati Korea kohe nivedana ache. Finally. folding her hands, pranati, or even bowing down, actually, offering obeisances. Pranati Korea Kohe, Nivedana Ache. She said, I have a request to make. Bowing down before the Lord, Lakshmi Devi said, I have a request. Hridaya Tarasa Mora Sankata Sankoche. I am in great difficulty. My heart is afraid. Mora Sankata Sankoche. I am in a big difficulty, but I am hesitating. Sankoch mane to hesitate, to ask. Out of fear, I am hesitating to ask. But I am in a great difficulty. I have a request to ask you. She bowed down before the Lord. Just see Lakshmi Devi's condition. Pranati Korea Kohe Nivedana Ache, offering obeisances. She's saying, I have to ask you something. Hridaya Tarasa Mora Sankata Sankoche. My heart is in great fear. I'm trembling in fear. That's why I'm hesitating to say. However, I'm in great difficulty. I have a request to ask you. So seeing this, you can imagine the Lord must be thinking, what's going on? Sankata guchao Prabhu, rakho nij dasi, charane dhariya boli, shuno gunarashi. So Lakshmi Devi is continued. Sankata guchao Prabhu, please destroy my suffering. Sankat means problem. You are in some problem, in some difficulty. Please take me out of, that means remove this difficulty. My Lord, Sankata Ghujao Prabhu, Rakho Nija Dasi, please protect your servant. I am your servant. I am your maid servant. Please protect me. Please remove my difficulty, my Lord, and please protect me. Charane Dhoriya Boli, Shuno Gunarashi. Charane Dhoriya Boli, I'm holding your lotus feet. I'm saying, I have something to say to you. Please listen. Guna Rashi. Guna Rashi means treasure house of all wonderful qualities. Guna Rashi. Shuno Guna Rashi. I'm Charane Dhariya Boli, holding your lotus feet. I'm saying this. Shuno Guna Rashi. Please listen. Oh, ocean of good qualities. Oh, treasure house of good qualities. Please listen to what I have to say. As I say this, holding your lotus feet. And what else did she say? Sankata Ghujao Prabhu, please remove my difficulty. Rakho Nija Dasi, please protect your servant. Really, like a Sharanagata devotee, right? Surrendering to Krishna's lotus feet and praying. All this for the Lord's devotee, for Narad Muni. How merciful is Lakshmi Devi? So 207, Lakshmi Katare Kohe. Katar means fearful. Lakshmi Katare Kohe Prabhu ke tarasa. Sudarshana Paye Prabhu Chahe Savismaya Hasa. So, the Lord is seeing Lakshmi Devi is speaking, being so frightened. She's so frightened. Lakshmi Katare Kohe Prabhu ke tarasa. In a very helpless way, being very frightened, Lakshmi Devi is speaking. Sudarshana pane Prabhu chahe savismaya hasa. So the Lord was surprised. What happened? Why is Lakshmi Devi so frightened? Savismaya. And he smiled at her. Why? What happened, right? So he smiled and he was surprised, both. Savismaya hase. He's smiling and he's surprised. And Sudarshana pane Prabhu. And he just glanced at Sudarshan. What did you do? Did you do something? Like that. He just glanced on Sudarshan. Seeing that Lakshmi Devi is so frightened, the Lord was surprised and he smiled at her. And then he just glanced on Sudarshan. When the Lord glanced on Sudarshan, Kape Chakra Sudarshan, Bole Kaku Vani, Lakshmi Sankata Prabhu Amina Jani. So when the Lord glanced on Sudarshan, as if you did something to her, right? Why is she so frightened? Like that. And when he glanced on Sudarshan, Sudarshan trembled. Kape Chakra Sudarshan, Bole Kaku Vani. डर के मारे सुदर्शन चक्र बोलने लगे, कांप गए. भगवान जब ऐसे देखे तो when the Lord glanced on Sudarshan chakra, did you do something like that? So he trembled in fear and fearfully he said, Lakshmi Sankata Prabhu Amina Jani, I don't know the cause of her problem. I didn't do anything. I don't know anything about this. Lakshmi Sankata Prabhu Amina Jani. Sudarshan trembled. In a choked voice, he said, My Lord, Goddess Lakshmi is afraid. I don't know why. I don't know anything. Lakshmi kohaye Sudarshanera nahi dosh. So Lakshmi Devi also said, No, it's not Sudarshan's fault. He didn't do anything. Sudarshan didn't do anything, my lord. It's not Sudarshan Chakra. It's not Sudarshan's fault. Lakshmi kohe Sudarshanera nahi dosh. Naradera kothaya mora hoila hiya shosha. My fear, my suffering, my difficulty is caused by the words spoken by Narad Muni. It is not Sudarshan's fault. Don't blame him for anything. The cause of my fear, the cause of my suffering is the words spoken by Narad Muni. What happened? Dvadasha Vatsara Mora Agnata Seva Koilo Dvadasha Mane Bara Vatsar 12 years Mora Agnata Seva Koilo. Narad Muni served me. That means in obedience. Whatever I ordered, he did. Like that. He did for 12 years. Narad Muni served me. Literally, like he was there all the time serving Lakshmi Devi continuously, assisting in her services. Paritosha paya ami pratigya korilo. Being pleased by his service, I promised to give him a boon. I made a vow that I will fulfill whatever he asked. Mago vara dibo boli boilo satya satya. I told him, ask whatever you ask, whatever you want. You ask for a boon, I will give you. Mago vara dibo boli boilo satya satya. That means I said not once, okay, I'll give you. I said, you ask whatever it is and I will fulfill your desire. This is the truth. It is the truth. Like you say 3 times, right? Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau, Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranita. So when you say something 3 times, you're really emphasizing it like that. So Lakshmi Devi is telling the Lord that I told him, he served me, Narad Muni served me for 12 years. So nicely, continuously he was serving me. I was so pleased by his service. I told him, ask for something. I will fulfill it. And how did I say? I said, ask whatever you want. I'm taking a vow that I will grant whatever you ask. It is the truth. It is the truth. 3 times. पुनः दढ़ाईला मुई से कथा नित्य. पुनः दढ़ाईला मुई से कथा नित्य. O sage, I vow that I will keep my word. So I once again assured him, Punah Dadaila Muni se Katha Nitya. This is truth. I'm not just saying it like that. What I say, this is eternal. It's not false. It's a true promise. I will give you whatever you ask. Lakshmi Devi is telling the Lord, Magilo je vara tora uchishtera tare, mora shakti kiba tora agna langhi bare. Now she's saying, Magilo je vara tora uchishtera tare. Do you know what Narad Muni asked me? Magilo je vara tora uchishtera tare. He asked for your remnants, prasadam remnants, as a boon that he wished. Narad Muni asked for your remnants, my lord. When I asked him to ask for a boon, he asked me for your prasadam remnants. Mora shakti kiba, tora agna langi bare. What power do I have to cross your order? You have ordered not to give anyone your remnants. What power do I have? Now, on one hand, so Lakshmi Devi is saying everything truthfully. She said that he served me so nicely and he asked me for a boon. I offered him a boon because he served so nicely. And I told him 3 times. And again, I assured him that certainly I'm going to fulfill whatever he asks. And he asked for your remnants. And you had ordered not to give your remnants to anyone. What should I do now? I don't have the power to cross your order. Mora shakti kiba tora agna langi bare. आपकी आज्ञा को लांघने की शक्ति मेरे में नहीं है. मेरी कौन सी, मेरे पास इतनी शक्ति कहाँ कि मैं आपकी आज्ञा को मैं लांघ दूं. I don't have the power. But this is what he asked. ए कथा कोइलु मोरा प्रमाद निकट राखो निज दासी प्रभु घुचाओ संकट. ए कथा कोइलु मोरा प्रमाद निकट. That means ei kotha koilum mora pramada nikata. So whatever I said, these words placed me close to a danger. No, they put me in great danger. Mora pramada nikata. They brought me to pramada. They put me in a dangerous situation. Ei kotha koilum. That means now whatever I told you, the whole situation, this is my danger. Rakho nija dasi prabhu guchao sankata. My Lord, please protect your maid servant. Please remove this difficulty. Please solve my problem. Drive away this difficulty. Destroy this calamity that has fallen upon me. Please protect, save your maid servant. Those words that I have spoken have placed me in great danger. Then, Bujhiya Kohila Prabhu, Shunaha Lakshmi, Badai Pramada Kotha Kohile Jetumi. After listening to the whole thing, the Lord said, listen, Lakshmi. So the Lord, after hearing and understanding the whole situation, whatever Lakshmi Devi said, after understanding the situation, the Lord said, listen, Lakshmi, Badoi Pramada Kotha Kohile Jetumi. Whatever you said, it was a great mistake. That means your words were a great mistake. Bodoi pramada katha kohile jetumi. Whatever you said, pramada katha. Pramad mane, Brahma pramada karana patava vipralipsa. These are the 4 defects in a conditioned soul. Their pramada means what? Mistake. Pramada means mistake. So, bodo pramada katha means you made a great blunder. Whatever you said, your words, that was a great mistake. You shouldn't have said that. That means she promised to give, right? So that was a great mistake. That was a big mistake. Nibhrite se diho jena ami nahi jani. So now the Lord is giving a solution. He's saying, Nibhrite se diho. So now because you promised already, you may give my remnants to him. You may give my remnants to Narad Muni. Nibhrite se diho jena ami nahi jani, but without my knowledge. You can give my remnants, but without my knowledge. Okay? Secretly. Nibhrite se diho jena ami nahi jani. Secretly, without my knowledge, you may give my remnants to him. Shunya santosha pailo Prabhu Agnavani. When Lakshmi Devi heard this, the Lord actually gave her permission to give his remnants to Narad Muni. Yes, secretly without his knowledge, but he allowed her to give. So when she heard that, she became so joyful. Shunya santosha pailo Prabhu Agnavani. Hearing the Lord's command, his order, she became so joyful. She became so happy. Koto dina bahi sei jagata janani maha-prasadam more dila dako diya ani. Koto dina. Again, so after this incident happened, some more days passed. Koto dina bahi sei jagat janani, that mother of the universe, Lakshmi Devi, maha-prasadam more dila dako diya ani. So she called me and she brought maha-prasad and she gave me. She called for me and gave me that maha-prasad. After some days, that mother of the universe, Lakshmi Devi, called me and she brought maha-prasad and she gave me. Then 217 and 18. Lakshmi prasade maha-prasada pailum purna manorathe maha-prasada bhunjilum. So Lakshmi prasade, by the mercy of Lakshmi Devi, maha-prasad pailum, I got maha-prasad. By the mercy of Lakshmi Devi, I got maha-prasad. Purna manorathe maha-prasad bhunjilum. To my full satisfaction, I ate maha-prasad because he was hankering for maha-prasad. So now by the mercy of Lakshmi Devi, he got maha-prasad of the Lord, and to his heart's full satisfaction, Narad Muni is saying, he ate maha-prasad. Koti Indu Sama Jyoti Koti Kama Rupa. Indu means moon. Koti Indu means 10 million moons. Koti Indu Sama Jyoti. So the moonlight, moon rays, the effulgence of the moon. Not one moon, 10 million moons. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala. Right? The lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, they are emanating they're cooling rays, because moon's rays are cooling. They are not hot like sun rays. Moon rays are very cooling, very pleasing. So, Koti Chandra Sushitala, it's like 10 million moons at a time. If they are emitting these cool rays, how cooling it will be, like that. So here, Koti Indu Sama Jyoti, Koti Kama Rupa, Koti Divakara Teja Hoila Apurupa. So Narad Muni is saying that prasadam is more glorious and effulgent than 10 million moons. Koti Indu Sama Jyoti, Koti Kama Rupa. That means Koti Divakara Teja. What is Divakar? Suns. Teja Hoilo Aparupa. Narad Muni is glorifying that maha-prasad. What is that experience of eating that maha-prasad, honoring that maha-prasad? It is like the moonlight coming from 10 million moons. What experience is that? How pleasing. You have one full moon night and how nice it is. If you had 10 million moons in the sky simultaneously, how would that be? 10 million full moons? Like that. So that's his experience of eating maha-prasad. And Koti Kama Rupa, as if 10 million desires are fulfilled at a time. 10 million desires are fulfilled at a time. How would you feel? Koti Divakara Teja, if you had 10 million suns and the light coming from 10 million suns, we are not talking about heat, not like at the time of annihilations, it's like so many suns at a time and that much heat and it just burns everything. No, no. We are talking about the effulgence, the light coming from 10 million suns. How would that light be? Aparupa. It is amazing, wonderful. Aparupa. Nothing like that. That's his experience of honoring the Lord's Mahaprasad, for which he was hankering for such a long time, and he was devising plans and he worked so hard for it. And finally, when he got it by the mercy of Lakshmi Devi, he is glorifying it. That prasad is more glorious, more effulgent than 10 million moons, 10 million suns, and 10 million Kamadevs, it is said. Okay, Kamadevs, not desires. Kamadev is very beautiful, isn't it? So it's more beautiful to the eyes than seeing 10 million Kamadevs. So that was the last verse for today. Can stop there.
Hari Bol, Mataji. Please accept my humble obedience. Such a wonderful narration. This story, I like to hear more and more. You visualize like that, how it was, the scene was.
All glories to Sri Lochan Das Thakur.
Hari Bol.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Neil Prabhu, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Yashomati Mataji, for the grateful realization. Thank you so much, Mataji, for so beautiful class and the glories of maha-prasadam and the beautiful fasting of Lakshmiji. Today is Hera Panchami also, Mataji. So it's connected, I
Yes.
would say. Mataji, in that Hera Panchami, we see the Lakshmiji become so angry on Jagannath. She broke the chariot and she arrested all the servants of Jagannath and made them bow down. But here, Lakshmiji is like opposite. She's, so trembling with fear. How do I understand this?
Actually, Lakshmi Devi is also an expansion of Srimati Radharani. The way Srimati Radharani is the internal energy of Krishna, like that Lakshmi Devi is the internal energy of Lord Narayan. So the internal energy is So within the internal energy, again, you have Sandhini, Samvid, and Hladini Shakti. So this condensed form of this Hladini Shakti is Bhakti. And the condensed form of this Bhakti is Prema. The highest pitch of this Prema is Mahabhav. And that Mahabhav personified Swarupini is Srimati Radharani. The nature of Prema, just the nature of pure devotion is Anyabhilashita Shunyam. There is no desire for personal happiness or pleasure. In bhakti, in pure devotion, even in sadhana bhakti, what to speak of the Lord's, that Hladini Shakti, condensed form of Hladini Shakti is personified. There is no desire for there is no selfish desire there. So whether such devotees, whether they are expressing anger or they are, anything that they do, whether they are dressing up nicely or they are sulking or they are chastising, everything is simply meant for giving pleasure to Krishna. Krishna relishes different rasas. It's not only one rasa. He is tasting all rasas, relishing them. And when he enjoys, he's also making the devotees taste those rasas. So, whether Lakshmi Devi in this pastime, she's trembling in fear, or in Hera Panchami pastime, when Lakshmi Devi is coming angrily, in both cases, it simply shows her supreme love for the Supreme Lord, and both are meant simply for the pleasure of the Lord Jagannath. That's all I know. I don't know much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. And Mataji, just want to confirm, Narada Muni has served Lakshmi Ji for 12 years, and the Chaitanya Charitamrita Hera Panchami pastime. We see that Srivas Thakur described this pastime only, and then he said to Sarvdamodar Goswami, "Your gopis are engaged in boiling milk and churning yogurt, but my mistress, the goddesses of fortune, sits on a throne made up of jewels and gems. See her glorious." In that sense, he says actually. So, is
One
there any
second,
connection?
Prabhuji. My laptop's volume is very low. I could not hear completely. 1 second. Can you repeat it again, please?
Yes, Mataji. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 14:2-14, like Srivas Thakur is saying to
Hearing.
Sarvdamodar
One second. I'm
Damodar.
still not hearing. Are you saying something?
1 minute, Mataji, I'll check my connection. Mataji, am I audible now?
Sunil Prabhu, you're
Hello.
saying anything?
Am I audible now, Mataji?
Yes, we can hear you, Sunil Prabhu. Please repeat again.
No,
Okay.
Mataji is not able to hear. Mataji, you are able to hear us?
Mata is not.
Okay, Mataji, now can you hear us?
I removed my earphone. I can hear you now. Yes.
Now you can hear.
Okay.
Okay, Sunil Prabhu, you just say a little louder and come near to your mic.
Yes. Mataji, am I audible now, clear?
Go ahead. I'll try, Prabhuji.
Otherwise, you can type in chat box, Sunil Prabhu.
Okay, go ahead, Sunil
Yes,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Otherwise, we will try to hear and we will explain that question to Mataji. Go ahead.
I sent in chat, Mataji.
Okay, perfect.
Srivas Thakur continued to address Swarup Damodar. Your gopis are engaged in boiling milk, churning yogurt. But my mistress, the goddess of fortune, sits on a throne made of jewels and gems. Okay, so what is the question?
Mataji, my question is he saying this all this, glorifying Mother Lakshmi because he served as Narada for 12 years, or there's no connection?
Can you please repeat the last line? Anyone who heard it?
Actually, his
Mataji,
voice
like
is
here, one
Last
moment.
line, Prabhuji.
I off the earphones.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, here we're seeing that now Shiva's Thakur is glorifying Mother Lakshmi so much. Is the reason is like we see in this pastime, Narad Muni is serving Mother Lakshmi for 12 years for so faithfully. Is there any connection or like no connection? Because later the
Acha,
verses
because
say
Narad Muni is Srivas Thakur, like
yeah.
that. Acha, acha. Okay. So Srivas Thakur is saying that your gopis are engaged in boiling milk, but my mistress, goddess of fortune, sits on a throne. Okay. So, and here Narad Muni served Lakshmi Devi for 12 years. So when Srivas Thakur is saying this, is he in the mood of Narad Muni who serves Lakshmi Devi? I don't know, Prabhuji. I can't say. I mean, I cannot speculate unless I hear. So I don't know exactly if he's thinking in that lines. I don't know.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, the verses say he's in the mood of Narad Muni only, but there was no mention of this pastime. He served 12 years. I was just connecting the pastime.
Acha. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare
Do
Krishna.
you have any other questions or realizations? Please go ahead. If there are no more further questions, we can end the call. Mataji, with your yeah, we have Sudhakar Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I have no questions, but only I'm just sharing my realization of today's and the previous class about the significance of the maha-prasad. So this emphasizes that the maha-prasad is or prasad is very important for any devotees like us, right? So this is once again proved by this Leela. That's what I just want to share my realization.
Yes, Prabhuji, and please actually hold on. You will see much more. This is just the beginning. You will see the glorification of Mahaprasad a lot more as this pastime unfolds.
I'm just only surprised to hear this various leelas like Narad Muni story. If one of the story is he got this bliss by eating the prasad of the saints, right? Through the four.
Very nice.
So
Nice
if you
connection.
really correlate the prasad, that is one part of the Leela, but there is other story also. Narad Muni is the incarnation of the God. So if you try to correlate, that is a different story. But basically, what I understood is from other devotee, other Prabhuji's lectures, and so far, whatever knowledge I gained, of all the sadhanas, yes, one should try to eat Mahaprasad as much as possible. Because scientifically also it is proven that the Mahaprasad is like a bhav, but the food is basically which is mainly constituting our body or physical body or subtle body, mind, blood, everything there. So it can help a devotee, sadhaka devotee very much faster, in my opinion, or at least what I understood so far, apart from other, what you call this sevas, like chanting. There could be, but for a man who does not believe in God, if you just feed him, I was told by one, you just feed him the prasad, so automatically he will come to the devotion path. This is what I heard, Matai. That's why I'm just trying to share my realization.
Prabhuji. Yeah, that's how Srila Prabhupada, I mean, that was one of the powerful ways how Srila Prabhupada attracted them. Of course, his chanting and his personal association, but he would feed them maha-prasad. But also, it's about not just eating, but it's about distributing also, right? So we get mercy. Of course, as you said, when somebody is not open to the philosophy or to chanting, usually, unless they're really unfortunate, nobody will say no to maha-prasad. Like you offer them some sweets, they'll be happy to take. So that way they're getting mercy. If they are not open to hearing philosophy or chanting just by feeding maha-prasad, then you're creating their, that fertile ground so that they can hear. Yes. But for ourselves, when in the beginning you said, the more maha-prasad we take, the more we progress. Yes, that is true. But at the same time, Srila Prabhupada also said that we should not overeat, he said. So yes, I get the point. Initially, you just give them lots of maha-prasad. That's there. But ultimately, our goal is we want to develop love for Krishna. But in order to get that also, we want to develop a taste for chanting the holy names. So that should be the goal. And yes, Mahaprasad we will honor, but it's important to distribute Mahaprasad. That's important.
It's something like it sparks the bhakti in one's
Yes.
life.
I really liked your connecting Narad Muni, how he got the remnants of the Bhakti Vedantists and how you connected the two. That was excellent.
Yesterday, recently I was listening about this, one of the Leela in Jagannath about the Prasad. Maybe you know, Mataji, you can explain the other. I heard that one Leela where one person who insults the Mahaprasad, the rickshawala or some poor fellow, and then that night Jagannath and Shubhadra and Baldev comes to this dream, the rickshawala, I think, basically, and they beat him like anything, all the three, and then the next day he tells the story.
He comes back and he asks for Mahaprasad. Yes, from Rajapur here in Mayapur's Rajapur Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. Yes. On Snan Yatra, they serve out prasadam. So he was a Muslim rickshawala. So he came, but he said he won't eat. They were serving out, he didn't take. I won't eat. But yeah. And then Jagannath Baldev Subhadra appeared in their dream, and Jagannath and Baldev were beating. And Subhadra ji was like, yes, beat. So the next day he came and then he narrated to the devotees how, because he didn't know. I think they were distributing outside. I don't think he came to the temple. But when he came, then he was pointing out, he was getting scared looking at them. They were beating me, and, and then he said, please give me some Mahaprasad. He asked for it and he ate that day, next day.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. I think for me, it is just the realization or lesson learned from this whole episode, the importance of Mahaprasad. I just thought to share.
Yes, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for very beautiful realization connecting the dots. Mataji, there is a verse also when we should do fasting. When Mahaprasadam is not available, that time we should do that time we should not do fasting. Like I shared in the group. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dear devotees, let us pray. Mataji, can we end the call with your permission now?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for answering all the questions so patiently every time. And you do wonderful recap, which is very much needed. Dear devotees, let us pay obeisances to Mataji. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णव्यो नमो नमः
नमो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद
अनन्तकोटिवृन्द
की
की
जय रामाचार्य
प्रभुपाद
की
की
जय
Thank you, Mataji.
अर्जुन भक्ति माता जी
की
जय
जय।
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
श्री कृष्ण
हरे
माता जी,
कृष्णा
दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरि बोल
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे
Dear
कृष्ण
हरे
devotees, thank you all.
Jala Sudha Mataji.
See you
हरे
all
कृष्ण
tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण।